All right, guys, welcome to the shack. And tonight, or today, I guess I should say, I'm going to be working on a project for one of our local high schools. One of the parents reached out to me and wanted to know if I wanted to make a donation to their banquet or give them something to auction off, maybe a door prize, whatever, for the high school team. And since I got some friends that go to school there and even some family that have went to school there over the years, I figured why not? And so I dug through my pile of ready-made, all ready to go things that I could customize. And I decided that I would take one of my cutting boards. These are CNC file cutting boards that I cut out. And I mill the wood on the mill. I make these guys, and then I use these as blanks to engrave for custom pieces. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be customizing this thing with the school logo. And we're going to be doing that with the xTool P2, and this will be my first time even engraving oak. I probably should have tested first, but I can always plane it down and start over if needed. So if you want to see how the process works and how it goes, then stick around, and we're going to get to it. All right, guys, so before we get started, xTool wanted me to mention to you guys that they've started doing this new trade-in thing where you trade in a laser and you get $500 off. And this is really all I know about it, guys. But you can go there, click that, and read more about it and see what the details are if that's something you're interested in doing. And I will drop the link to this page in the description below, so check that out if you're interested in getting a P2 and you think you might want to trade something in. All right, guys, so like I said, we're going to be engraving this guy here, making a custom piece for a giveaway for the school using the xTool P2. I will be running it in XCS. With the P2, I'm just going to be honest with you, you lose so many features that I think it's better to go ahead and run it with XCS than it is Lightburn. The dual cameras is pretty handy. You're going to see the cameras, how they use in alignment for this job, and even to follow up with the job to make sure that it's like you want it before you pull it out of there. So we're going to get over into XCS. This is going to be a short video, guys. I just wanted to kind of show you as far as cutting boards, you can get these things anywhere and everywhere. If you're like me and you have your own little workshop, or if you have a CNC, go get you some materials, design an outline, and CNC these guys out. You know, run through the planer, sand them, whatever you need to do. And you have as many blanks as you could possibly want. Me personally, I actually have a trailer. I go out, I get the logs, bring the logs back here to the sawmill. I mill them up into 3/4 stock usually. Sometimes I'll go thicker depending on what I have in mind to build with them. I'll mill them into 3/4 stock, dry the lumber in my kiln that I have. And once it gets dry, I bring the boards in here, process them down to finished lumber, to get them to look like this, and make myself some CNC materials. So this piece of material that I'll be giving to this club is from this county. This particular tree was a victim of expansion near our local Walmart. They were putting in a coffee shop, and this tree got cut down to make room for the coffee shop, and I picked it up and rescued it. So I've been making a lot of projects out of this tree too. It has lived on in my projects. So, but like I said, Hobby Lobby, anywhere you can get blanks, guys, this is an idea. So we're going to show you how to bring the image in and the settings that I'm going to use to make a custom cutting board for these folks. So let's get started. All right, guys, so over here in XCS, and I'm going to refresh the image just to make sure got the most up-to-date image. And like I said, this is going to be for a local high school football team. So I went online, found their logo, and that's what we're going to be putting on here. Now, there's a couple different ways we can go about this, one of which is to trace the image using the built-in utility and let it, you know, set those settings individually for each layer, or we can just run this as a grayscale and hope for the best. Now, I will say, from what I've seen out of xTool software, it does a pretty good job of grayscale. So I don't know that it's worth the trouble of going in and trying to assign different power settings to, say, the orange and the black and the white. I think we may be better off let the machine handle it. So what I'm going to do now is just go over here and I haven't done a lot of oak on this machine, so I'm going to kind of peruse through here and look at their different materials and see what they got that's comparable to this red oak here. I doubt they're going to have red oak, but they may have something I can use that will be comparable. Basswood is not comparable. Black walnut would probably be one of the closest woods to red oak, so I'm thinking that may be where we go. All right, it tried to change my thickness but when I selected the material, because it, using that known, so I had to go back and go ahead and tell it to use the material thickness that I have in there. So I think that's gonna work, and placement looks pretty decent. So let's go over here to process, and hopefully this will give me kind of a view of how it envisions it looking. And if it looks like that, it looks pretty good. If not, we're gonna have to use our DeWalt Magic Eraser, aka the planer, to redo this, because this is a one-off and I really don't want to spend a whole lot of time testing. I should have probably already tested some oak, but I haven't got around to doing it with the P2. So we're gonna send it. Living on the edge, guys. Worst case, we plane this thing down about 3 millimeters and start over. All right, so that run was complete, but guys, I'm gonna tell you, apparently this stuff does not burn as easily as the black walnut that xTool sells. Just to show you, I'm gonna cut this off of here. And you can see it didn't do a really good job of getting dark. So I'm gonna hit the undo button to put that back exactly where it was. And we're gonna play with the settings. So I'm gonna click on this. So not sure what they were thinking when they set it for 10% power. All right, guys, we're gonna crank it up. So we're gonna go with 50% power. I think that'll do a much darker job. I probably should have looked at that first, because 10%, it's not going to touch red oak. All right, so let's go at it again and see if we can get a little bit darker results. All right, so round 2 has completed, and again, I'm just going to cut this out of the way. Refresh our image, and as you can see, I got a lot nicer burn. And it looks pretty awesome. So I think we're good on that. And you can see there from the close view that got some nice contrast, nice detail. I do have a good bit of depth difference between the colors. So as I had hoped, the software did a pretty good job of breaking everything out and putting it into different colors. Now there's some few little imperfections in the wood, but that's wood, guys. I think that's actually like little pieces of debris from the burn that fell off. So, but let me get that out of there, touch it up with a little bit of sandpaper right quick, and we'll see what it looks like. All right, guys. So as I said, looks are deceiving with those cameras. That was a little bit of the debris from the engraved that had fell off on top of the image. But check that out, guys. This camera probably isn't doing it a lot of justice, but that engraved turned out nice. The color contrast, it's there. I got just a little bit of shading in the middle, even after I hit it with the sandpaper. But yeah, turned out really nice. I think it'll be making a nice little piece for their door prizes and their giveaways. This will get treated with just mineral oil. Preferably, I probably wouldn't be chopping things up on this side and messing up the logo. This is going to be for some of those diehard fans. But you can turn around and use this side as a cutting board, and then display it with this side outward to kind of show your support for the team. So it's a simple little project, and I think it turned out nice. Well, guys, that concludes the video. Like I said, I promised it would be short, and I think that's pretty short for me, at least. So in the meantime, guys, like I said, check out the trade-in if you're interested in that. I'll be dropping a link down below for xTool's trade-in. Also, if you're looking at getting an xTool P2, by all means, use those links below. It helps to support the shack here, help pay for the tools, keep the lights on, all that good stuff. So I hope this was interesting, helpful. If you're just getting into laser engraving, especially with the P2 or any of the xTool products for that matter, like I said, I've got lots of other content. We'll have more content, so if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down there. If you have any questions, go over to Facebook and like the page on Facebook. You can message me there if you have questions, and I try as time permits to help and try to resolve your issues if you have any. So a lot of times it's quicker just to message me than it is to go through any help desk or whatever if you have a question about how to operate it or maybe something's not going your way. So until next time, guys, be safe and have a good day.